We all like to think our favorite TV stars get along, but not always. Was there some tarnish on those Golden Girls? With whom did Betty White have a tense relationship? Betty White, Bea Arthur, Rue McClanahan, and Estelle Getty made millions of people laugh during the 1980s on the Golden Girls. One of the reasons the show did so well was that there was undeniable chemistry between the four of them. They played off each other perfectly, and it's hard to imagine anyone else in those roles. That was on camera though, so what was Betty White's relationship like with her fellow cast members when they were not on the set of the Golden Girls? Estelle Getty, who wowed audiences with her portrayal of Sophia, had never been a featured star on a television show before. Her background was Broadway, but she quickly settled into the role. Betty White, a veteran actress, was more than happy to bring Getty into the fold. The two of them got along well, and White loved to hear Getty tell stories about being in the theater. Ironically, Getty was the youngest of the four actresses. She had to endure time in a makeup chair to transform into the matriarch Sophia. White was the oldest, though her character Rose was the most childlike. As far as characters go, Blanche and Rose were polar opposites. Blanche, played by Rue McClanahan, was a temptress who always had to have her social calendar filled with men, while Rose was a sweet woman who still mourned her late husband. But McClanahan and Betty White got along extremely well. Part of that was due to the fact that they were very familiar with each other. They were both on the series Mama's Family and had formed a friendship through their time on that show. It made the Golden Girls much easier for them. When it comes to casting, one would be hard-pressed to find a better fit than Bea Arthur for the divorced Dorothy. She had a razor-sharp tongue and didn't hesitate to use it. She also reserved most of her scorn and put-downs for nearly anything that Rose said, and there may not have been as much acting there as people might have thought. Arthur was not altogether friendly with White off the set, according to OK Magazine.
Bea was not that fond of me, but
yeah, why no? I've heard that.
I don't know.
I
don't know what I ever did.
Even White said that Arthur didn't completely trust her always optimistic outlook, thinking that she was not authentic. But other cast members said that the gruff-voiced actress actually liked her more than she let on. She was just not good at showing that side of herself. White and Arthur did bond over losing their mothers during the first season of the show. The Golden Girls had a good run from 1985 to 1992. There was a brief attempt at a sequel, The Golden Palace, but it fizzled out pretty quickly. Regardless, the original series was a phenomenal success during that time, garnering 41 major awards, including the Primetime Emmys and the Directors Guild. When the show ended, the quartet went on to have more roles with varying degrees of success. Estelle Getty appeared on the spin-off series Empty Nest as Sophia until 1995. According to the New York Times, she died in 2008 from Lewy body dementia. Bea Arthur continued acting up until a year before her death in 2006 from cancer. Rue McClanahan had various guest roles and even wrote a book before her death from a stroke in 2010. Betty White had a resurgence in the late 2000s, playing the curmudgeonly Elka on Hot in Cleveland. There was an especially poignant moment during an episode of The Golden Girls where the four of them were discussing the fact that they were getting older and their mortality. It was Rose who asked the question.
But what happens when there's only one of us left?
It was fitting that White was the one who got to say that, since Getty, Arthur, and McClanahan have all passed on. White, though, is still active on social media as she hopes to hit the century mark on January 17, 2022. Her kind personality, which helped her navigate the ins and outs of the monster egos of Hollywood for many decades, surely played a part in her longevity. If they were still around, Getty, Arthur, and McClanahan would applaud her today. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.